Alright, Algebra 5-2, solving multi-step inequalities. So yesterday we solved one step, today we're going to do multi-step. So we solve these just as we would our regular equations. So we're going to follow those rules, but we're also going to add in those inequality rules. Like yesterday we learned when we multiply or divide by a negative number, you flip your sign. And we also learned when we graphed, we do open circles for greater than, less than, and we do closed circles for the greater than, equal to, or less than, equal to. All right. So we have 2 examples on the front. We have a couple on the back. All right. So let's do this. Okay. So let's see. Example 1. We're going to apply multi-step inequalities. All right. So publishing. Susie wants to self-publish her comic book. One printing company offers to publish the book for a $220 flat rate plus $3 per copy of the book. Okay. And her max budget is $400. So let's see. We are talking about $220 flat rate. Okay. Plus, there's our little math word, plus. $3 per copy. So that would be, I would say 3. We're talking about books, so 3B. All right. And then her max budget. So max budget, we cannot spend over $400. So we got 400. So we could spend our max, all right, or we could spend less than our max. All right. So let's see what we got here. We got some words. Let's see, our flat rate. Our flat rate is $220. $220 plus the $3 per book is at most $400 because we can't spend any more than that. All right, so flat rate 220 plus $3 per book is at most, okay, at most, which means it's going to be less than or equal to $400. Now we're going to solve. Okay, so let's rewrite this. So 220 plus 3b is less than or equal to 400. Now, we have a 2-step equation we have here, okay? And inequality, and we solve it just like a 2-step equation. Remember, our end goal is to isolate our b, so that's our circle of isolation. Outside of our circle is a positive 220, so we got to mathematically move that because our goal is to isolate b. So we're going to subtract 220 from both sides. All right. So we are subtracting 220 from both sides. We bring down that positive 3b, and that is less than or equal to, let's see. 3 minus 2 is 1. 9 minus 2 is 7. No. Okay, 0 minus 0 is 0. We change that into 10, so that's still 1. Okay, that's 180. That makes more sense. All right, it would help if I actually looked at that and noticed I did not have to carry over a 1 for that. And then our last step is to divide by 3. Now, it is not a negative number. It's positive, so we don't have to stop. We can just go b is less than or equal to, let's see, 18 divided by 3 is 6. Okay, so b is less than or equal to 60. So 60 copies of the book. All right, so that's what we're talking about. All right. right, so we can do B is per book. Okay, so less than or equal, no more than, there you go, no more than, that sounds better, no more than 60 books, okay, because it could be 60, but it's no more than 60, there we go, so that is what that 60 means. All right, example 2. Write and solve a multi-step inequality. All right. Consider the inequality the opposite of a number. Okay, so consider the inequality, and then the italicized is what we're considering. Okay. The opposite of a number divided by 2 minus 7 is less than 7. Oh, 7 minus 17 is less than 7. Okay, so let's mark this up. So the opposite of means minus sign. Okay, so the opposite of a number, x, divided by 2, so x divided by 2, minus 17 is less than 7. Okay, less than 7. All right, so let's write this out. So the opposite of a number divided by 2 minus 17 is less than 7. Okay, so we took each part of our words and we went from words to math symbols and numbers. Okay, now we have our inequality. Now let's solve it. Alright, so I'll rewrite it. So minus x divided by 2 minus 17 less than 7. Alright, remember our goal is to isolate that x. We're going to treat this just like we would a regular equation. So outside our circle of isolation is this minus 17, so we're going to add 17 on both sides. We're going to bring down minus x divided by 2 is less than 24. All right, so right now you have a negative x divided by 2. So the opposite of divided by 2 is what? Multiply. So we're going to multiply by negative 2. And what you do once, because we need to get rid of this negative and 2. And so we're going to do that on the other side. Minus 2 to give us x is, oh, wait, stop. We just multiplied by a negative number. We just multiplied by a negative number. We just multiplied by a negative number. So therefore, our inequality symbol has to change. Okay, we're going to flip it. Boop. All right, so 24 times negative 2. All right, so that's negative 48. All right, so x is greater than negative 48. So let's find, well, it is just greater than, so that's an open circle, okay, open circle. And x is greater than, all right, so we're going to go to the right. All right, so we, in this problem, just reviewed 2 main ideas, main things that we have to remember when we're dealing with inequalities. All right, so when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you flip your sign. Okay? You flip your sign. Remember, I always think of a stop sign. As soon as I have to multiply or divide by a negative number, I stop because I gotta flip that sign. All right, and the other thing we had, okay, so that is an open circle versus a closed circle. So open, closed. All right, so we took detailed notes and we talked about that yesterday. So it's going to keep popping up as we go through this unit. Okay, so let's check out on the other side. All right, so we're going to solve an inequality with the distributive property. All right, what does distributive mean? It means multiplication. So we have to distribute first, because anytime you have parentheses, you must do that first. So we're going to solve this inequality. Looks really long and big. Let's use our distributive property, combine our like terms, get it down to that two-step equality equation that we're actually more comfortable with, and then we'll solve it. So let's do that. Okay, so here's our original really, really long, really ugly looking inequality. First thing I always do, I'm going to put my line down my sign. I'm going to deal with my left side first. Okay, so on my left side, I have my parentheses. This 4 on the outside is going to distribute to both terms. So that means it's going to multiply times both terms. Okay, so 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times negative 11 is negative 44. Okay, it's on this side. Bring down here. Okay. Doop. All right. Now, what are we distributing in this parentheses? Just what is whatever number and the sign right in front of that number. Okay. Gets distributed to both. All right. So multiply by both. Well, we haven't done anything with this minus 12, so we're going to bring that down. All right, so plus 2 times x, that's plus 2x, plus 2 times negative 4. Well, a positive times a negative is a negative, and 2 times 4 is 8. All right. Now, I always draw that line straight down, because if you have like terms on the same side of your equation, like we do here, okay, we have minus 12 and minus 8. These are like terms. They're just integers, okay? They don't have a variable with them. We combine them, so we straight up math them. So it's going to be minus 12 minus 8 more, which is minus 20, all right? And then we're just going to bring down that plus 2x, sorry, keep my sign, and bring this down. All right. Now, we have got a variable, all right, on my left, and I got a term with variable on my right. Okay. I've combined the like terms I could on the right. Once you combine the like terms on the same side, that once you have to cross this line in the middle, that's when things mathematically have to move, okay? Same side, combine, cross your line, mathematically move. All right, so if we have a term with an x, term with an x, who's our loser? Right, positive 2x, so let's mathematically move that. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. All right. So we're going to bring down minus 20. We're going to bring down our symbol. We're going to bring down minus 44. 8x minus 2x is 6x. Hey, we are now at a two-step inequality. Life has now just gotten a little easier for us. So let's see. Now we only have our circle of isolation we're going to add 44 on both sides because we're trying to isolate that x. 6x is less than or equal to, well, minus 20 plus 44. All right, so we're going to kill off 20 of those positives, which will leave us with 24. Okay, last step, divide by 6. That's a positive number, so I don't have to stop. X is less than or equal to 24 divided by 6 is 4. Okay, so less than or equal to, which means it's a closed circle at 4. Closed circle at 4. All right, now x is less than, all right, so less than, to the left. Because 0 is less than 4. All right, now I want you to pause this video. Pause this video, and I want you to take 2 minutes, and I want you to try this problem independently, okay? And after 2 minutes of you trying it independently, then I want you to take 1 minute and talk to the people at your area about this problem, how you did it. Talk math. Someone say how you got your answer, what your answer was. Do you agree with that person? Did you solve it a different way? Do you have a different answer? Okay? Math talk for 1 minute. Then the whole class comes back together and finish watching this video. So pause now. All right, so let's see. If I was here, I would have, us go over what answers were, so let's just watch and see what we got. Okay, so I'm gonna rewrite it so I have some room. So we've got 88 is greater than or equal to negative 33 plus 11 times the quantity of x plus 8. I see parentheses, so that means I have to distribute, which means I multiply the number and sign that's directly in front. So I'm going to bring down the 88, our sign, our minus 33. Positive 11 times x is plus 11x. Positive 11 times 8 is plus 88. Now, if I draw a line, I have like terms on the same side, which means I can combine them on the same side. All right, so I'm going to bring down the 88 is greater than or equal to, gonna kill off 33 of these positives, which what gives me 55, yeah, 55 plus 11x. All right, now I have a two-step inequality. My goal is to isolate x. Outside of my circle of isolation, I'm gonna subtract 55 from both sides. Alright, so that gives me 33 is greater than or equal to 11x. Last step, we're going to divide by 11. It is not a negative number, so I do not have to stop and flip. Alright, so 3 is greater than or equal to x. Okay, equal to means closed dot. Okay. And 3 is greater than or equal to, which means x is less than. If I took 0 and replaced x with it, okay, so 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Yep, that's a true statement. My arrow is pointing in the correct direction. All right, you have an assignment in McGraw-Hill that goes with this, so good luck.